This is a massive emergency red alert. We just saw a major cyber attack on one of the biggest military contractors in the entire world, right? This is compromising the US military and their aircraft potentially right now, and we could see devastating things happen even domestically with US aircraft, right? And if you guys remember, and this is on top of everything else, all the other World War III news developments that we see, but if you guys remember, just last month, do you remember that F-35 jet that went missing? Do you remember that? They lost control of it and the pilot ejected himself and it went missing for some reason, and they couldn't find this F-35 fighter jet, all right? And this was in the US domestically. It was around North Carolina, South Carolina where this happened, and we could see events like this happen again after this major attack on one of the biggest US military contractors. And when that happened, we saw US military aircraft grounded worldwide. So we could see another event like that happen again, and you do not want to be near these military bases right now, because we could see a accident happen. We could see a cyber attack. We could see an event where the military loses control of their own aircraft. And this company, Boeing, operates dozens of different aircrafts in the military and produces them for the military. And all of their equipment right now could be at risk from this massive cyber attack. They're saying that they got tons of data, tons and tons and tons of data, and they are locked out of their systems right now at Boeing. That's what's happening to the US military, one of their top contractors. And this is on top of all the other World War III news that we have. All right, I'm just going to read through some of these headlines here so you could see how serious, and see that we're going to start seeing domestic things. All right, if we see a US military plane that is hacked over the US, it could be devastating. And you can see here, it says Boeing said on Friday that it was assessing a claim made by the Lockbit cybercrime gang that it had a, quote, tremendous amount of sensitive data stolen from the aerospace giant that it would dump online if Boeing didn't pay ransom by November 2nd. It says the hacking group posted a countdown to it, and they are saying that they're going to release this sensitive data that includes information on US military weapons, and US military planes are at risk as well. You can see here a list of planes that are in the active military right now that Boeing makes for the military, and some of these have nuclear capabilities. All right, so this is very dangerous, and this is something where it could be very sudden, where a pilot just loses control of their plane suddenly, and all of a sudden we are in a nuclear war situation. And then things are even made to look like maybe the US did it, or maybe a different country did it. The US has cyber capabilities as well, and other countries do as well. There could be manipulation to make it look like there could be a false flag event, right? Where a different country's planes are hacked and are going to drop bombs somewhere. Right? This could happen for the US at any moment, and it might be even a situation where they might not even want to admit it, because the damage from admitting it might be even worse than just accepting the damage that they dropped these bombs wherever they did. All right, so we're entering very dangerous territory, and we're in a war scenario where they can lie. They can openly lie to us, and it's not a problem. It's legal and lawful. They passed laws where they can implement propaganda on the American people legally and lawfully. The CIA can, the FBI, all these different agencies can, the Pentagon, the DOD, they can implement legal and lawful propaganda on the American people. That's what they say. It's not constitutional, but it's with their laws that they make. They're saying it's legal and lawful to lie to you, show you fake news, show you fake reports, to bring us further into a war. All right, so this is dangerous stuff we're dealing with. And even this hack itself might just be one of these things. It might be news to just be part of the fog of war. But combining this as well with what's happening with this F-35 jet last month, where everyone was concerned, did they have a cyber attack? Was there a hack? Now we have confirmation that the US military is being targeted. I made a whole report on it a few months ago, how US military bases are being targeted for major cyber attacks, and they want to turn off the power around US military bases specifically because they were saying that they share the same power grid, the same water systems. So we could see major cyber attacks on US military bases coming very soon. This was a report in the New York Times. I made a whole video on it, and you could be hit as well, right? A base could have a massive cyber attack. Well, your infrastructure is tied to the grid and the water that is tied to the base as well, and your power, your water is out too. These things are coming very soon. There's a bunch of test runs. We had the largest cyber attack on Google and YouTube and Amazon and Cloudflare services just a few weeks ago as well. Largest attack ever, and this is state level actor attacks, right? This is sophisticated. This is not just coming from some random person. This takes millions, potentially billions of dollars to fund these data servers to implement these massive attacks and to get around these systems. All right, so make sure you are getting prepared. We could see attacks on the banks, we could see attacks on the grid, and we are seeing attacks on the military. And the military could be first because it's kind of open game in a war. All right, the US military targets other militaries, so they could be the first targets in a war, and they're saying, hey, this is part of war, we're going to target your systems. But people are going to be in the crosshairs, just like all wars, just like everything going on. Innocent people are losing their lives and are going to be in the crosshairs of this stuff, and we need to say no. We do not want this. We do not want a massive war, and we do not want to have our taxpayer money funding this stuff. I do not want to fund any of this. I do not want blood on my hands. I do not want any of this, my name tied to any of it. I do not want any of these wars. I want America to be powerful and strong and be secure, but I don't want to be having wars across the world. All right, that is not what I signed up for, and that is not what I want my tax money going for. All right, so if you don't want that either, please hit it up down there. Help get this video out to more people. Go follow me on Twitter, by the way. X now, that's what it's called. Go follow me on there just in case something happens to me on here. You guys know how this stuff is. It could change overnight. It could change overnight. The word could come down, and it's like this stuff's got to go. So please hit it up down there just in case, all right? And to help get this video out, because we need to be saying no. We do not want a massive World War III scenario. All right, it's hitting the fan. You need to be getting ready for SHTF. You need to be prepping as hard as you can. I know 90% of you, 80% of you already have your preps ready to go and you're stabilized. Get a few more. They just had a massive embargo implemented on weapons and ammunition going out of the US. They just banned small arms and weapons and ammunition from leaving the US right now. They just put a ban on exports. Get stocked up on this stuff now, because they're getting ready for a massive war. They don't want this stuff going overseas. They want to keep it here for the military, because we've been dwindling our supplies the past few years, and now we're getting ready for the big war. So they're cutting off the exports going out of the country right now. They just implemented this. This is an emergency measure, and it's going on for 90 days in the US. So you need to be getting stocked up on all this stuff right now before it's too late. All right, and I know most of you already have a stock, but get a little bit more. Get one more box, get one more bag, get one more fill one more tank. Just do one more. It'll push you over the edge. It could be the thing that saves your life, saves someone else's life when it's hitting the fan. All right, so thank you guys so much. Please hit it up for me down there, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.